I'm Yasmin Vorajee from yasminvorajee.com and the creator of Find Your Inner CEO. And I want to welcome you to this 3-part virtual training of From Slow-ville to Fast Track City, 5 secrets to get your business back on track. And this training is ideal if you are in business and you've been in business for, say, a minimum of 6 months and you're already starting to wonder, what am I doing? What's going on? I'm doing a lot of things, but I'm not sure whether that's actually working for me right now, then you're absolutely in the right place. If you feel burnt out or very close to it, you feel like the proverbial hamster on the wheel and that you just can't stop, you just have to keep on going, or you're just wondering, where is this business going? I'm really not sure about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, how I'm working, how the business is working, where I'm going to make my money from, and you have a lot of confusion around what it is that your business does and what you do in the business, then you're absolutely in the right place. And I want to welcome you to this training because in this training what I'm going to be sharing with you of how you can change all of that and get your business back on track. So it's purposeful, it's doing what you want it to do, and the way that you work in the business is complementary to your lifestyle and your vision for your dream life. What I'm really keen to share with you is how you can actually get reconnected to that big vision that you had when you started your business. Because most people start a business and they have an idea, they have a dream. And the problem is that as time goes by, that dream just starts to get a little bit duller and maybe a bit blurry and less in focus. And what I want to help you do is to sharpen that image again and get you excited and engaged in your business. Because ultimately, I believe that your business is an expression of who you are in this world. And how you do that is part of you. And if you're not feeling the love, and if you're not feeling the joy and the thrill, and you haven't got that fire in your belly, then there's something missing. And it's not that you're not good to do the business or that the business isn't successful or it can't be successful. It just means that there's possibly a few little tweaks that you need to do to actually turn that around and get your business back on track. Now, I'm really passionate about helping my clients in this particular area because from when I started my own business, I really experienced the phenomenon of being busy. And this really it's something that I like to call the myth of the busy business owner. And what I found was I was doing a lot, but I wasn't actually getting the results that I wanted. And it was interesting because in all my working career, this is what I've helped leaders and business owners do. And I've worked with CEOs and executives of Fortune 500 companies, and I've worked with solopreneurs, and I've worked with people who have small and medium enterprises. And it was interesting that I kind of fell into the same trap that I was helping other people to not do. And that I just got into this whole idea that I was being very busy, so therefore I must be being very successful. And I want to be very clear, this isn't about productivity. Productivity is a part of what I'm talking about. But what I'm talking about is when you're purposeful in your business and when you do what you need to do, it gets you the results. And that's ultimately always the litmus test, really, that, if you're doing the things that get you the results, then fantastic. That's exactly what you need to keep on doing. And so from my own experiences of having my own business, I'm launching a second business at the moment, it's really about making sure that you're doing what you need to be doing to be effective and successful and get the results that you want, rather than just being that hamster and just fooling yourself into thinking that you're being busy. What I'm going to share with you in this 3-part virtual training is, first of all, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 myths that help you to play small and stay small. And this is something that I've come across a lot with my clients, where there's a lot of stories that we tell ourselves about why we can't do certain things and why we should stay where we are right now. And so in part 1, I'm going to share that with you. In part 2, I'm going to be focusing on you, and more specifically, your emotions and how they are could be sabotaging your business and you're not even aware of it. So you're going to really want to tune in for part 2, because that's going to potentially give you a lot of insight into why you may not be getting the results that you're looking for and that you desire. What I'm also going to be sharing with you is, in this 3-part virtual training series, is the 5 secrets that you need to know to get your business back on track. And I'm going to be sharing with you these secrets to help you to really light the spark of your business and help you to prosper. Because ultimately, isn't that what being in business is all about? It's about sustaining ourselves, making a difference, and helping the world be a better place through our business activities. So if that feels good to you, that feels like, yeah, that's exactly what I want to be doing, then fantastic, you're absolutely in the right places. So what I want to share with you is the 5 myths that help you to play small and stay small. And I say that help you because it's unwitting what we do. It's the stories that we tell ourselves, and I speak from experience that this is something that I had to go through. It was a real steep learning curve for me. And thankfully, I was surrounded by a lot of high-minded individuals, peers and mentors and coaches who helped me to shorten that length of time that I stayed in this idea of these myths that help you to play small and stay small. And this is what I want to share with you today. So I also want to help you shorten that curve as well, because there's no point being stuck in that mindset for 12 years, 12 months. If you can get rid of that, then wouldn't that be a good place to be? So I want to share with you the 5 myths about how you play small and how you stay small. So I want to share with you the first myth. And the first myth is something that a lot of business owners will really relate to. And I know that because from my own experience and from working with my clients, this is something that you hear a lot. And the first thing is, I don't have the resources. Now, I've been in the personal development world and in the business coaching world for a long time now. And one of my early mentors was Tony Robbins. And he said something to me nearly 12 years ago now that had such an impact on me and really drove how I plan my career and kind of do what I do now. He said, didn't say it to me, obviously he said it to a few other thousands of people at the same time, but he said, it's never about the resources. It's not that you don't have the resources. The question is, how resourceful can I be with what I have? So let me repeat that for you again. So it's never about the resources. It's asking the question, how resourceful can I be with what I have? And I just thought, wow, huge insight. Because you know what? We're never going to have all the money that we need in our businesses. We're never going to be able to make more than 24 hours in every day. That's just not possible. I'm sure a lot of people have tried. So, and we're never going to have all the equipment and every single bit of information that we're ever going to need that makes our business successful. So why do we pretend that that's what we need when ultimately it's about how resourceful we are with what we have? And that just blew my mind. And I hope it blows your mind too as well, because even now, as I say it, I'm still getting kind of goosebumps, and I just kind of go, yeah, God, it's still so powerful and it still resonates with me. The second myth that you may be telling yourself, and this is something that I told myself a lot because I have a toddler, and I'm a mum, I'm a wife, business person, a lot of things going on, and this common thing that we hear a lot of people saying is, I don't have the time. Now, I've already said that we can't make more than 24 hours in every day. So what do we do? How do we make that work for us? And so for me, what was really worked and what I share with my clients and what my clients are seeing amazing results with is actually we don't need more time. It's not about being so busy that, we're just like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm getting firing through everything. It's about actually thinking, okay, well, I have this amount of time. What can I do that's going to have the most impact in that time? So that's powerful. I don't have all the time in the world. Let me rephrase that. We have all the time in the world. We have all the time that we need. That's just a belief that you have. But if I have a 2-hour time that, I've got to concentrate on my business, What am I going to do in that 2 hours that's going to really make a big difference to me? And that for me, again, has had a huge impact, and I've shared that with my clients. And it's something that you just think, oh wow, that's really, really powerful. And imagine what that could do for you in your business. The third myth that helps you to play small and stay small is this idea of, okay, well, Yasmin's telling me that I have a big mission and a big vision and a big picture and this big idea about what my business is going to be all about. Who am I? Who am I? I'm just little old Yasmin. Who am I to have a big mission? Now, if you're thinking that, then I understand. You're not alone by any means, because one of the things that we all struggle with is this idea that we're not good enough, that other people have big missions and big ideas and other people can make a big impact, but not me, because it's just me, who am I? So I want to ask you, well, who are you? If not you, then who? One of my mentors said that to me, and I just thought, you might have something there. If you ever came up with an idea that just sounded so amazing, but you did nothing about it, and then a couple of months or a couple of years or even a couple of decades later, somebody has created and made your idea real, and you think, I had that idea in the first place. So who are you? And when I talk about a big mission and a big impact, it's not about being a superstar on the global stage if that's not what floats your boat, but it's about what it means to you. The fourth myth is something that I've come across a lot, and I think it's something that in this world that we have, where we talk about we do what we love, which is so important because we're here for a short space of time, and we really want to enjoy what we're doing to create that living for ourselves and our loved ones and our families. Well, I'm just doing what I love to do. I'm not really a business person. And you might be sitting there thinking, that's me. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, absolutely. I completely get that, because I'm doing what I love to do, whether it's energy work or whether it's nutritional, or that you have this fantastic service that you provide, whatever it might be, but you just think, I'm just doing what I love to do. Could be a funeral director, for example. You just really you want to share that sacred space with people, celebrating life. But you think, I'm just doing what my heart calls me to do, but I'm not a business person. And this is going to be one of the biggest stumbling blocks for you, that if you don't put on that business head, as I call it, the CEO hat, then your business will ultimately fail. And if your business is an expression of who you are, then it deserves all of you and all of your skills to make it a success. Something that I had to learn as well, it was about embracing your passion, but mastering the skill as well, so that your business doesn't just become something that you do for a couple of months and then it disappears, or even for a couple of years and then it disappears because you didn't actually put in the place the right strategies that will make your business work. And then the fifth myth that I wanted to share with you in this virtual training part 1 is this idea that I'm not a high flyer. It's just me, I'm just a solopreneur, or it's just me and, X, Y, and Z who works in the office, and that's my assistant, and that's it. Who am I to be a high flyer? I'm not a high flyer. And again, I really want to challenge you on this, because that's going to help you to stay small. Stay small. And because ultimately your business might grow massively, and whether that's in staff numbers, whether that's in revenue, whether that's in the number of people that you serve, it could be huge. But when you tell yourself that you're not a high flyer and that it's just you and one other person, then what happens is that keeps you very rooted. And one of my favourite, gurus in the world at the moment is somebody called Brendon Burchard, and he talks about in his book, he had this great line about don't let your small business make you small-minded. And what he meant by that was not just about, just because your business might be small in terms of revenue, in terms of number of people you serve, that it might be small right now, but don't let it make you small-minded, in that keep focusing on the big picture. And that's really what you need to be doing. So rather than thinking yourself that I'm not that high flyer, well, maybe you are, but it's just not reality yet, But if you keep putting one foot in front of the other, it's going to work for you. It's going to happen. So these 5 myths are myths that I have really experienced firsthand, but I've also shared and experienced with my clients. And we've gotten some amazing results during this time, that when we've really exploded those myths. And that's really what I wanted to share with you, because it can be done. Just because your business might be on the wrong track right now doesn't mean that we can't turn things around and put it back on the fast track as well. Because, you know, rather than wading in treacle, as I like to think of it sometimes, you know, it just feels like you're not making any progress at all. It doesn't have to be that way. And I firmly believe that this, even if there's one thing that you hear on this virtual training series that really just sparks that light bulb in your head, then fantastic, I'm delighted. Because, you know what? If there's anything that I've said in this part 1 that you're thinking, oh, I do that, or I do a lot of that, or I do all of that, then you're not alone. So I really want to emphasize that, is you're not alone. A lot of business owners are in the same mindset, and it's just about actually breaking those chains and just seeing about what's possible. So in part 2, I'm going to be sharing with you about how your emotions could be sabotaging your business. And when I talk about your emotions, I'm going to be talking about your emotions in relation to how you manage stress, how you make decisions in your business, how you interact with your customers and clients, and how you express yourself to the world. And I really hope to be able to share with you some common themes that come up around how your emotions could actually be hindering you without you even being aware of it. So I look forward to connecting with you in part 2. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I would love to hear your comments, so please feel free to share away, and I will see you next time.